course. Going into the game Saturday, just had a positive mindset. All practice, working on runs, pass blocking, what we're doing in the past game. Just coming into the game confident was one of the big things for me, personally going forward into the game. And a lot of the times in practice, just focusing on, where my lines blocking and their assignments so I can be a better running back in the game. And when they open up holes for me, just run the ball. And so in the game, just had some success running, a lot of success. Thanks to my line, they really opened up a lot of holes for me, and a lot of ups and downs in the game. Of course, with the fumble, got to be a better running back when it comes to holding on to the football. But like you said, a lot of ups and downs. I was proud of myself for the most part. I had 2 touchdowns. Excited about those. But it's never as bad or as good as you think. So just coming into this next week, man, just focusing on being better every week. But in terms of the game, man, I just think me personally, I had a good game. Just a fumble and never perfect. So always things to correct.
Yeah, Devin. Yeah, Devin, pleasure to meet you again. And I'm actually glad that we get a chance to talk again because the last question, the camera kind of battery died. So I'm gonna ask you that question again. What has this XFL experience meant to you so far?
Oh, it's meant a lot, man. Another opportunity for me is the most part, which I think that's the point of it, man, is just being another opportunity for a lot of guys and just being an exciting football league. And I think the XFL did a great job at that. My teammates, including myself and everybody, are having fun and just every day of practice, just bringing energy and being around smiles and laughs and family. That's what it's all about, coming around a group of guys and just in a short amount of time, just becoming family. So my XFL experience has been great, and it means a lot to me. Just getting another opportunity.
Devin, you talked a little bit about blocking and the importance of blocking. How crucial has that been as a part of your game? And is that something even through college and everything? Was that something that you prided yourself on? Was maybe being able to block as well as run the football?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Even in high school, we used to have to block in high school, and I didn't realize. I knew it was important, but I didn't realize how important it was until I got to college. When you got to college, they were like, you got to be dang near as good as lineman blocking. You know what I'm saying? You got those linebackers coming at you full speed, and you got to make a decision in a second. So yeah, blocking is definitely very important. You know what I'm saying? It can make or break. Drive a game, a play. If you miss your blocking assignment on the linebacker, you can pre-snap. The quarterback can get sacked or the play can be busted. So blocking as well as catching and running are all important there. I wouldn't say one is more important than the other. I think you'll have to be just an every down back and do everything you can.
Devin, is it more gratifying a good block, to help protect your quarterback, or is it more gratifying for a missed tackle, forcing a defender to miss tackle on you?
I'll say it depends on the magnitude of the block. If I'm putting a dude on his butt, and definitely a block. But missed tackle is great. Oohs and ahs, that's always nice. But a good block, everybody sees that, especially in the film room, and the line and the quarterback appreciate that. So definitely a good block.
Devin, talk a little bit about your progression in your football career. First you played some good ball at Harvard and spent some time at Virginia. Talk about your progression from the Ivy League to the pros.
Oh yeah, of course, man. So I actually start with high school. Coming out of high school, one of the top athletes in the state, man. I had a lot of FBS offers, FCS, and most of the Ivy League schools. And I was actually, growing up, I always wanted to play football, at a big football school. And when Harvard came along, it was kind of hard. I had to, talk with my family and make a decision off that. And I just couldn't look past that degree, what that education could do for me and my life going forward. So I picked Harvard. And then when I got to Harvard, it just, Ivy League football, I think it slept on a lot. There's a lot of good talent in the Ivy League, a lot of good athletes. So I was able to progress as a running back there, thanks to, Coach Murphy, Coach Batty, Coach LeCar, and all those guys that helped me out there, and all my teammates. So from there, COVID hit and ended up canceling my senior season there at Harvard. So I graduated just taking classes, and then I went to UVA as a grad transfer. And I did what I could there. We didn't really run the ball a lot. We were more of a passing offense, but when people tell you to make the most out of your opportunities, I think I made a good example of that at UVA. I averaged 7.4 yards per carry. And so I had a good experience there as well. And then after that, I went to pro day. 2 days before my pro day, I ended up having like a little hamstring tweak. So it kind of limited me on my pro day, and I was kind of disappointed about it, working for months on that. And luckily had an opportunity with the Kansas City Chiefs mini rookie camp. And, that was that. And thankfully I'm here at the XFL, man, another opportunity. I'm grateful for the coaches here on this coaching staff that give me another chance. And, my teammates fighting every day at practice and in the games. And I'm just glad that I can, be a playmaker for this team and just be a best teammate I could be.
And you cracked open wide a big run, 43 yards. Tell us a little bit about what you saw in that hole. And then, of course, the touchdown celebration. It was a big moment for you.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. We were in a kick play. It was kind of like a counter. And so I was actually going to start on the same side because, our coach, he allows us to, play with it a little bit how we want to. But the coach wanted me to start on the left side because we were going right. And luckily he did. So that made the linebackers hesitate for a little bit. But I took my counter step, and, I had a puller, so I just followed him. And then, one good thing about me is I don't need a lot of space to make a good move or make a guy miss. So I saw a little crease backside, linebacker coming from the right, hit the little crease. And from there, second level, I saw two defenders, one in the middle, in front of me, and one to the right, kind of. And when I took the outside step, because I was actually going to go outside first, I saw his outside foot kind of get like planted to the ground, stuck into the ground a little bit. So I cut it up, and I think he was surprised on that, and just off to the races. And then, touchdown celebrations, that's always fun. I'm a creative guy, so I like doing a little creativity in those.
Devin, you talked about sorry, Alan. You talked about obviously your experience at Harvard. What was your degree in, and how did that? You get not strange looks, but when people find out you went to Harvard, what's kind of their response?
Oh yeah, my degree was in political science. I wanted to go to law school after football, but telling people, I graduated from Harvard, it's always, like eyes open and people are surprised. And it's kind of funny because at Harvard, like we have this thing called like the Harvard curse, and like it's funny because everybody from there, when you go home, we don't like saying like we went to Harvard or we go to Harvard. Like people always ask us like, oh, but like my mom gets mad at me because she's like, just tell them what school you went to, because people ask me and I'm just like, I went to a school go to school up in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like a little small school up in Boston. I try not to gloat too much, but definitely the Harvard name carries weight, and people when they hear that, they eyes open and very excited to talk about it.
Yeah, and you had a monster game. You averaged 11.7 yards per carry, which is incredible, that game. But after the game, a lot of people don't realize that you were really passionate about that fumble. And what was your thought process, after the game about it, like thinking about that play throughout the rest of the night?
Oh man, I think it was definitely something that I was kind of down on myself about, being a running back and a person who I don't really ever fumble. I think I was probably the first or second. I can't even remember. I think it was the first fumble of my career. So I'm not one to normally fumble. So when that happened, it was just kind of a weird situation for me. But it really opened my eyes, going forward into this week, really just focusing on keeping that ball high and tight. And I think everything happens for a reason. My parents are always telling me that. So going into this week, I think that fumble was, a gift from God telling me to become a better running back. Just keep the ball high and tight, and just always remember that. So the fumble is definitely something that I wasn't expecting, but I think it ended up being a good thing.
Yeah, you're going to learn from that. And did they talk to you, coaches wise, about that situation to help you going forward?
Oh yeah, yes sir. They the main thing was just going down. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the situation of the game. They understood that I just wanted to make a play. It's what I am, a playmaker. But me as a player and as a running back, just gotta understand the situation of the game. And just go down. There's three guys, and I'm not Superman, so just go down next time and try not to make all three of them miss.
Got a monumental task coming up this week against a really good DC team. But offensively, you guys have been improving as the weeks have gone on. What do you guys got to do this week to maybe get over that hump and possibly pull the upset of the season against the Defenders?
Oh yeah. First and foremost, definitely keep a balanced offense. I think passing game and run game both help each other, but most importantly, just penalties. We shoot ourselves in the foot a lot, and I think once we correct those things, we'll be good to go and be rolling. I think our offense has definitely been a spark, and I think that we just got to focus on stop being ourselves and focus on the penalties and mental mistakes, and then from that point on, just play ball, and we'll be as good as we want to be.
Devin, along those lines, do you guys feel like you're really close? Do you feel like you're going to break through soon?
Oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir. We've definitely been feeling that way, and like I said, offense has been clicking, and we're excited in the meeting room. We met today excited, and guys are smiling and happy. Nobody's down. We just keep playing week to week, and every week is we're 0-0. 0-0. So we come into each game just like this is the first game of the season, and that's just how we have to go. Just play every game like it's our last game, and we're excited. DC, it'll be a challenge. They're a good team, but we're excited. We're a team that likes those challenges and battling. And Coach Buck does a great job teaching us first class and always just competing. So we're excited to compete. We know they're a great team. We know what's in front of us. We just got to go take it.
How much of what you guys are doing during the week during practice? I mean, I know you're preparing for DC, but how much is that is preparing for DC, and how much of it is it just kind of fundamentals? You guys getting, like you mentioned, trying to eliminate penalties, trying to eliminate some of those mistakes that have cost you. How much of that's on the focus is on yourself?
Oh yeah. We do a lot of both. I would say we mix it up. I know we got a limited amount of time each day in practice, but I think the coaches do a great job just mixing it up. Probably I'd say like half and half. Or some days, if we really need to focus on something, it'll be like 75% on one thing and a quarter on the other. So they do a great job, keeping things balanced on what we need to work on, and throughout the practice, just working on like when we run plays on the offense, working on not jumping offside and things like that, progressively making us better. So they do a great job balancing things.
All the rule changes in the XFL, which of the new changes most excites you as a player?
I would say I'm really excited. I wouldn't even say it's a rule thing, but I'm excited about the special teams. I think what the XFL is doing with special teams is a great thing, actually. Preventing injuries and just being exciting. 1, 2, 3-point plays as well. I think that's an exciting thing. That definitely other leagues should take a look at. But yeah, I would say I wouldn't say really just a certain rule, but just the things that the XFL is doing that's different that I think is one, healthier for the athlete, and two, exciting for the fans, which is a great combination.
After you got that big run, that 43-yard run for touchdown, what did you notice that they did to kind of limit you from doing that again?
Well, after that run, I know Jermaine was in for like the next 2 drives, and then I came back in. So they were just really blitzing a lot when we was trying to, in that situation, we had to pass. So they was bringing the heat, man. And as running backs, we kind of had to stay in. On that fumble play, they brought the heat, and I ended up cutting them, ended up getting loose on that. But they were bringing the heat, man. So I'd say they definitely were blitzing a lot, which made it tough on our quarterbacks. Because in that situation we needed to pass the ball, so just needed to be sharp on pass protection, really.
Yeah, and I feel like the DC defenders, watching their game and the way that they defend, it seemed like they're going to try to swipe the ball, punch it out from you a lot. I just have that feeling. What are you going to do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Oh yeah, good luck with that. It ain't gonna happen ever again. So not just high and tight, man. Cover the ball up in traffic, as usual. I think this past game I was a little too excited, and going forward, just controlling that, you know what I'm saying, and always remember that protecting the ball is the most important thing. So just wrapping it up, you know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty strong guy, I'd like to say so. So it's not really that easy just to punch it out. They guys got kind of lucky last weekend, but next week just focusing on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything
and you didn't
else here, guys?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Anything else for Devin? Good. Devin, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank y'all for having me. It was a great time. Anytime.
Thanks, Devin.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Devin.
it.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Yep.
Best
Have a
wishes.
good one
Thank
this week.
y'all. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, man. Have a blessed day.
You the same. Have a blessed day too. Be well.